How's it going, guys? Well, welcome back to TheBlueShifting, welcome back to Forgotten Trace, Thanatos and Nostalgia. Okay, so, last time got kind of personal. I ended up ranting a lot. It happens on this channel sometimes, but I think I was able to get a lot of really, I don't know, good, impressionable, personal stories out there. In fact, it's shocking how similar Kazuya's injury and the injury I sustained when I was in high school were pretty similar. So it's like, it was kind of cool to be able to have that relatableness to it. And it's interesting because, like, it says we're 100% on Kazuya's route, and now we're clicking on Rei. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing things from Rei's perspective, but I'm guessing that's what's happening. So how are things going to change when we see from his point of view? That could really start opening the door a lot, because right now I'm not a big fan of Rei, but I'm curious to see, especially because there was definitely something going on during that final match in his mind. Like, he was kind of out of it from the beginning, let alone when Kazuya got hurt. So, like, are we going to get some, like, reflection on that? Are we going to finally meet Ibuki? I don't know. I'm curious to see how this all plays out, but more importantly, I'm hoping it'll redeem itself a little bit in that regard, because so far the characters have been either really engaging or just flat out annoying, but it's really implying that there's a lot more to it than that, so I think we should jump in and see how it all happens. So, I guess there's not much else really to say other than then, if you didn't see last week's episode, which is, you know, episode 4, please go do so. It's like, it's rambly, I know. It's almost more a podcast than a playthrough, but it's so powerfully personal for me. It makes me want to, like, reflect on that more and just, like, you know, it gives you context that I don't think you'll get anywhere else, because I really can't say anything else about that story beyond maybe brief references, because I've said everything. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you paid attention to that. And yeah, so let's just jump right in. Rei. Yeah, so we're Rei right here where we picked left off. 教室を出て校舎の外へ出ると、やはり和也はそこにいた。Right. サッカー部を金網越しにぼんやりと見つめている。悪いな、和也。聞こえないようにひっそりとつぶやく。俺には残念ながら、遠くからあいつに謝る術しか持ち合わせていない。こんなことをして、一体何が得られるというのだろうか。I don't know what's up with him. 俺にとっても、あいつにとっても、マイナス同士は足されてもプラスを生み出さないように、ただただ負の数字がまた誕生するだけで。悪い。俺なりの懺悔の言葉。自分がわからない。これは単なる自己陶酔なのだろうか。I mean, maybe Rei's feeling, like, upset because maybe he was jealous of Kazuya. Like, maybe in his heart he kind of wished something would happen so that he could take the spotlight and Kazuya, like, wouldn't be always, like, the center of everything. Maybe he liked Ibuki, and, you know, and maybe Ibuki really liked Kazuya. But now that, like, things actually did happen, and he almost feels like his wish did come true, he, like, really regrets, like, even wishing it, but, like, he can still pass it off as, like, well, that's not real, so it's fine. それとも、和也、一体俺は何を考えているのだろう。でも、それでも、もう一度声に出してつぶやいてみた。和也、悪いな。和也、でも、その先の音は、ただただ冬の心地よい風に吸い込まれて消えていった。Okay. Alright, Rei, what are you up to here, huh? Whoa, that's it? What? Chapter 1, what? Okay, huh? Okay. Was that really his whole, like, bit? Like, that, like, I could throw that in last. Yeah, okay, fine. So, okay, hang on. Can I go back to the... Oh, yeah, so I can go back up here. Yeah. So, I guess it only has these. So this, okay. I'm starting to follow now, because we had this section, and it has all these gaps, and then this section. So, each chapter is broken up from different points of view, and it gives us a go-ahead of who is going to be part of the points of view, though in sequential. But just because it has all these spaces doesn't mean that we're going to use all the spaces every chapter. Each space represents a character from whom's point of view we can see, but Rei's was like, so all we learned from that as a wrap-up of that section, the first star is illusion, and this is the start of the second. start as the second, which is... So the first part, all we know is that Rei, for some reason, feels like he's accountable somewhere, somehow, for how Kazuya feels. Like, there's something going on there, but again, we don't know for sure yet. And now we're going for Madoka, which, is that the full name of... No, that's not her. Who's Madoka? I feel like we should know. I feel like I should know who Madoka is, but it's just not clicking for me. So this is Star, the second dancer in the Silver Snow.
私の前には笑顔があった。
Okay. So Madoka Hyunjin.
太陽みたいな明るい笑顔。あなたはキラキラしていつも輝いているの。
Okay.
お日様の恵みを一心に受けているのかしら。私はあなたになりたかった。だって素敵な女の子だもの。
It's always dangerous when you idolize somebody, especially if you're blinding yourself to what they might actually be.
私を元気にしてくれる女の子なんだもの。私のことが大嫌いな神様。
Interesting.
それでもあなたが慈悲の心を少しでも持っているならば、私のお願いを聞いて、私の前からこの子を消すのはやめて。
Oh, she's saying, so I thought she was saying that the girl hated her, but she might be like praying, saying God hates her.
太陽を奪っていくのはやめて。お願いです。友達も家族も。みんな脆いもの。あなたは、それを私に言いたいほど分からせた。私も、よく分かったわ。だから、もう、いいでしょ。神様は、良い子の願い事しか叶えない。
Yeah, interesting.
良い子にだけプレゼントを渡す。サンタクロースと同じ。
Oh, and I have no doubt that there's absolutely a reason why those two correlate.
私は、あなたの失敗作だったのね。
Dang, that's an interesting belief for yourself.
遠い昔に見た、幸せの形。
Did you talk about the Will Smith movie?
それは、何だったかしら。脆いものに慣れっこになるなんて。あまりにも、
Dancer in the silvery snow. Every cloud has a silver lining. Okay. Alright, Madoka, let's see what's up with your story, huh? And why you have such a self-depreciating view of yourself. Oh, that must be Ibuki. Yeah. Aw, she's pretty cute. Oh, and Madoka's in a wheelchair. Interesting. So they must be friends at the hospital. But Ibuki's going to start going back to school, and that means that they're not going to spend time together. Oh, that's going to be sad.
でね、それがまたおかしいのよ。そこでまためぐみがこう言ったの。先生、それは宿題を忘れたわけじゃありません。夢の中ではちゃんとやってきました。あ、きっと、ここにいる私が夢の中にいるかもしれないんだわ。ほんと、おかしいね。でしょ。授業中に演劇のようにやっちゃうのよ。ほんとめぐみってば、おかしいんだ。いぶきちゃんが、私の話を聞いて笑ってくれている。
Dang, look at, Ibuki's got some freaking long hair. Holy crap.
今日はそれだけで、私の心はハッピーになった。演劇部の女の子って、どこかしらおかしい子が多いのよね。
そうなの？でも、まどかちゃんも。
そうよ。私もそのおかしい子の一人だってわけ。
Yep, that's the right way appropriate. It's like, yeah, I'm weird too.
もう、まどかちゃんったら。
こうしていぶきちゃんと中庭で話すのが、ここ最近の私の日課だった。いぶきちゃんは、数年前からよく診察に来る女の子だ。
Yeah.
最近では、毎日。
I wonder what she's got going on. And she's been coming here for years, and it sounds like a child malady. One that I know through experience, as in like I had a friend who had it. He was born with a, I think it's a stent in their heart, like a hole in your heart, like or a leaky valve or something, where like they had to have a heart surgery like right when they were like right after they were born or within like the first few months of their birth, and that they have to go back like all the time to get checked, you know? And then like there were times where they had to go frequently because there were some troubling signs I had to figure out. But yeah, so that would be my guess, would be a heart condition.
私は、いぶきちゃんと話すこと。それだけが いつも楽しみで仕方なかった。
Have you ever wanted to like look at your own like your body and how it works? Like it's really weird, but like I know it'd be really like awful and like you definitely wouldn't want to like ever do it, but part of me does wish I could like, I don't know, like use like an x-ray vision and like look at like what does my heart look like? What does my liver look like? What would my brain look like? Like I've always thought that would be really interesting and contemplative. Like I'd rather never have to find that out, but like you gotta always wonder, right? Because you always learn about stuff like that in your books, but like there's part of you that's like, yeah, that's a part of me, but what's mine look like?
本当はあんまり病院なんかに来てほしくはない。毎日病院に来ることは健康ではない証拠。
Yeah.
正常ではない証拠。いぶきちゃんが患っている病気はきっと簡単に治るものではないのだろう。
Are we ever gonna learn about it?
それは分かってるんだけど、私は毎日でもいぶきちゃんに会いたかった。
Ibuki seems to have like this effect. It seems like a lot of people really like her.
最低な私。いぶきちゃんと出会ったのは、中庭で出会った私たちは、すぐに意気投合した。もともとおしゃべりが大好きな私のつまらないお話を、いぶきちゃんは楽しそうに聞いてくれる。
Ibuki sounds like me in high school. I was always keen to listen. I was always available, and like people found it really easy to talk to me. I don't really know why. Like, and it sounds odd because like it might sound, oh, well, of course you say you're easy to listen to. No, like I would have random strangers approach me and then just start talking to me, and they would just talk and then leave. Like the best example, I think I brought this up a couple times because it was one of the weirdest ones. I was working at a fast food restaurant in high school. I was out in the lobby sweeping and cleaning up because we just had a rush, but then it was fairly empty, and so like, you know, we're tidying up and making sure everything's as clean as can be. And I was just sweeping and just kind of working on my own, kind of like lost in my own thoughts. And then suddenly I realized someone's standing right next to me. They're wearing these big overalls, like a work shirt because they were working at a nearby auto store. So they were, you know, wearing these kind of grease-stained overalls that were like kind of undone a little bit, obviously probably to cool off a bit, and wearing normal clothes underneath. Just older gentleman, like probably in his 30s, 35, 36. Oh gosh, I'm getting terribly close to the age that I was picking, but in my head he looked way older than I do, and so I was like, oh, maybe he was a little bit older, maybe he's in his 40s or 50s or something, I don't know. But he was just standing there, and I was like, can I help you? And he's just like, nah. He's just like, you know what's odd? And then he just started talking, and he just talked about like life, philosophy, like purpose and meaning, and like he just kind of went off on this like tangent and talked about his kids and how he was recently divorced and like trying to figure out like who he was now. And I just kind of listened. I kept working, but like I listened and like kind of pried him with questions because that's what I do. Like I encourage people to talk usually, but I had no idea who this guy. I just like let it go, and I talk, and he's just like, well, I hope you have a great day, and he walks off. And my coworker like kind of looks up from the counter. He's like, did you know that guy? And I was like, I've never met him before in my life. And they're like, well, he was like talking to you for like 20 minutes about like his family and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. This just happens to me. It's just the thing. I think I'm an approachable person, and I'm an active listener. And I think I'm a decently compassionate person. Like I like understanding where people's points of view come from. And I think it's again why I love visual novels, is because the focus is about understanding characters. And that's something I love about characters that are fictional and also just people in general. I love trying to get to know them and understanding who they are and how they work. And it sounds like Ibuki and I might be very similar in that regard.
ここ3年ちょっと病院の中にいる私は話題がない。
Ooh, yeah, you must have something pretty serious then.
それだけがいつも楽しみで仕方なかった。そんな私がもっぱらいぶきちゃんに話すのは思い出話だったけど、いぶきちゃんはいつも笑顔だった。もちろん私だけじゃなくて、いぶきちゃんもいろんなお話をしてくれる。私がこの車椅子姿になってから通ってない学校の話。
I wonder why. I mean, I understand it could be like difficult to go to school, and if they don't have accommodations, a lot of schools might struggle to like actually let you attend. And like, it seems the traditional Japanese school buildings have lots of staircases, which could be problematic. But at the same time, it seems odd that she just wouldn't be in school at all. Maybe she's choosing not to. Maybe she just doesn't want to face that reality.
中学の途中で止まってる私の学校の記憶。高校とはどんな場所なのか。中学との違いはどんなところか。
It's the same, but more advanced.
面白おかしく話してくれる。私は、いぶきちゃんと会うたびに、学校に行っている気分が味わえた。高校は、お化粧しても許されること。だから目の周りなんて、パンダみたいに真っ黒な女の子もいるんだね。みんな、スカートがぐーんと短くなって、制服がおしゃれになったこと。中学では坊主頭だった男の子も、高校に行くとかっこよくなること。
Okay. They become cool? I guess maybe. Why did you shave your head?
これをまさしく高校デビューということ。もちろん、勉強も難しくなること。
Yeah, Japan, they don't mess around when it comes to school.
高校2年生になると、いぶきちゃんの学校では文系と理系が分かれ始めること。科学と数学はもう日本語でも理解ができない。
Yeah.
って頭のいいいぶきちゃんが泣きつくほど難しいってこと。
Aww.
進路について考え始める年頃だってこと。
Yeah, it's a rough time with that kind of thing. Where it's like, oh, hey, look, you hardly know what you even like. You could barely choose what kind of cracker you want to have with your soup. Now let's make life choices that are going to impact the rest of your future for all time.
将来の夢。自分の夢。いぶきちゃんが来るたびに、私は学校生活の様子を聞かせてとせがむ。私が行けなかった学校。なれなかった高校生。
It's just me talking again. That's right. I want you to tell me about yourself too. Tell me. Yeah, sure. What should I talk about? Let's see. Let's talk about school again. Has anything changed at your school? I see. School, huh? Gosh darn it, now I got a tickle in my throat. I've told you most of what there's to tell about. Don't you have something like, what have you been doing at school recently? Oh, that's right. There was something I wanted to tell you. God, look at that surprise face. Our school festival's coming up soon. School festival? Yeah, the school festival is next Sunday. The school festival. The event I've always admired. We had a school festival in middle school, but I ended up only being able to go to one. Somehow I only have boring memories left over. School festivals are incredible in high school, with my own admiration mixed in. And hearing that from my middle school friends, my interest in school festivals has grown even bigger. Hey, are the school festivals in high school incredible? Yeah, lots of students come from other schools too. Incredible! It really is. Is it really that incredible? It is. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Ibuki? That's right. You see, our class, decided to put on a play. That's why I wanted to talk to you about. A play? They do such wonderful things in high school. Incredible! High school's incredible! Wow, she likes that word. I'm not sure if it means what you think it means. But, you see, there's one problem. What is it? I've been chosen as the heroine. Huh? The heroine? You're incredible, Ibuki. But I have to come to the hospital. And I keep missing school, so I don't have much time to practice. Then you should just practice here. I'll do it with you. Huh? Really? Madoka, will you be my teacher? Yes, of course. I'll teach you. I love movies so much that I would borrow them every day and lived a life engrossed in them. And then I entered the theater club in middle school. I loved Denny Jop and Prad Bit. Okay. So I would constantly borrow movies they were in and pretend that I was the heroine. Denny Jop and Prad Bit. I can do it better than the actress in the movie. It'd be a performance that would have Denny Jop and Prad Bit kneeling before me. More than a few times I'd say things like that to the movies. Ah, my beloved Denny Jop and Prad Bit. Someday I'll make you fall for me, so just wait. Oh gosh, I'm aiming for Hollywood. I entered the theater club with those kinds of feelings. If you heard all that, you'd think I was a fangirl. Well, aren't you? It was a joke. The truth is, it would be wonderful to use a role to convey those feelings to people's hearts. Those were my thoughts. I watched lots of movies and was affected by various ones. Sometimes I'd laugh, cry, or have to think so much I thought my head would explode. Oh, yeah. For me as a kid, those were documentaries. Like, it's weird, but I watched like a disgusting amount of documentaries growing up as a kid. I just thought it was cool to learn about stuff and to think about these crazy ideas. I've also seen movies that shook me to the core. Those movies' directors, the numerous staff, and the actors and actresses who gave such wonderful performances. They were all sparkling. I wanted to enter that world too. I wanted it with all my heart and soul. Of course, I've given up on that now. Alright, I'm seeing a theme here. A theme is unmet expectations or aspirations. Maybe this is like she mentioned it, but maybe like this is kind of its own retelling in a way of the story behind like the pursuit of happiness. Because like the whole story of the pursuit of happiness is like the harsh reality of the world and the uncaring nature of like what your dreams really are, and like how like not all stories end happily and not all situations are like positive. It's like the whole idea is like life throws things in your face, and when you like, you can sometimes advancing forward means like abandoning what you thought you wanted. Oh, actually, I heard a recent talk that was talking about like development of characters in stories. It was like a discourse on like writing novels. And the guy said, who was talking about it, he said that like there's a stark difference between what your characters thinks that they need and what your characters actually need. And a great storyteller explores the idea and helps the reader follow in the footsteps of the character, discovering the difference between what they think they need and what they actually need, and letting those become aligned with each other. And that's really cool. So I wonder if that's what this is going to ultimately be about, this idea of like people having to abandon what they thought they needed and having to learn, understand, and eventually come to terms with what they actually need and find what they actually need. Of course, I've given up on that now. But if I even went against my dad's wishes and joined the theatrical troupe. My dad opposed it at first, but he would always come with my mom to watch. My mom would stroke my head and smile, saying, "Madoka, you were great." She would insist that she was my first fan. She's gone now, but it's still kind of nostalgic. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be like her injury that kept her in the hospital and her mom being gone were from the same event. My dad would give me bouquet after the plays too. They were always white roses. Aw, that's a good dad right there. I was a kid and didn't understand what was so good about white roses. I would rather have red than white, and if you're going to give me flowers, give me stuffed animals instead. I would make a fuss like that. Even so, my dad would smug about it. White roses means respect in the language of flowers. It's true. It's corny, but I do love the language of flowers. I remember I would always look at that because I would give flowers occasionally, and the flower color was always really important. When I won at the sports meet and the choir competition, he always gave them to me without fail. Dad. I loved my dad's gentle smile. Whenever I saw Dad smile, I would become happy too. The days he would stroke my head with those big hands are now. Dad. I want to be praised by my dad again. I want him to stroke my head. That's why, in order to walk again, and so I can do the best I do my best and get praised by my dad again. I will absolutely do my best in rehabilitation. Okay. But she's been here for years. She's likely then, I'm guessing she's had a spinal injury of some kind, and there's not really a guarantee that she can come back from that, but she's trying. So I entered the theatrical troupe at the same time I entered the school theater club, which is why I have confidence I can teach Ibuki to act. Then let's start right away. Show me the script. I haven't gotten it yet. I'll bring it as soon as I do. Yes, please do. But, I wonder how the play will go. Huh? Why? The boy who's supposed to play the lead? He doesn't want to. Huh? He doesn't really like standing out or being in front of people. He's easily embarrassed. Then, Shouldn't you find a replacement? But the boy who wrote the script insists this guy does it. He even came to my house. He ordered me to help him. But they're both my childhood friends. What do you mean? According to Ibuki's story, Rei came to visit Ibuki with a plan. He wanted to encourage Kazuya, Ibuki's childhood friend, who lost his dream due to an injury. He told her he hadn't told anybody else in class yet, but that they'd probably agree to it. To Ibuki's role as well. I'm begging you, it has to be you, the heroine, as the heroine, Ibuki. Rei implored her for hours. This Rei seemed absurd, but I get the feeling he's a nice boy. The boy who lost his dream due to an injury. This Kazuya resembles me in a way. It's more like you're doing a play with your childhood friends in the class. Yeah, that's true. But there are people in the play other than me and Kazuya. I see. But nobody wants to act. Making props and lighting and such is more popular. Everyone's so easily embarrassed. Acting is more fun if you throw your embarrassment aside. I need to start soaking in your expertise now, Master Madoka. I'll come to the hospital every day after school. Really? Really? Is that okay? Of course. You promise you'll teach me how to act? Yeah. There's no greater happiness. We'll laugh and make pinky promise. Ibuki will come here every day until the school festival, and we can even practice the acting I so love. There's no feeling in my legs, but I can express myself while acting by using my hands and expressions. There are any number of ways to show how you feel. Even my legs will recover soon if I try. See, that's the thing. I think that she's determined to make it happen, but I'm not sure if it can. If they do, I can aim for my dream again. Thanks, Madoka. Oh, that's right. Come hang out at the school festival. It's okay. I'll push your wheelchair. What's wrong, Madoka? It's nothing. I'm really happy about Ibuki's invitation. I want to go to the school festival, but I can't impose on Ibuki like that. The lower half of my body was paralyzed in a traffic accident. My legs won't move, and I can't even stand on my own. I can't take a bath by myself. Yeah, my body won't even allow me to go to the bathroom alone. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I can't ask Ibuki to do that. I'm sorry. My family's coming next Sunday. It's unfortunate. I see. Your dad is coming. That's great. You really love your dad, don't you? Yeah, we get along well. Thanks. I'm really jealous. I'd like to meet him sometime. My dad is really shy, but I'll mention it. Yes, please do. I lied again. Honestly, I didn't want to lie to Ibuki. My heart is full of guilt. But of all things, for my family to be coming, what a lie. I haven't seen my dad since I was admitted to the hospital. I wish my dad would come someday, but it's already been 3 years. My dad was a nice guy. He always cherished me, his daughter, and the rest of his family. I love my dad. I still believe it even after 3 years. He'll come someday. He must not be able to come because of some circumstances. Crap. Does he blame her for, like, his wife's death? Like, that's possible. That'd be stupid, but it's possible. I can't help but think that. My dad is probably depressed too since my mom died. I have to support him once I get discharged from the hospital. Though, with this body, it might be the one who gets supported. In my heart, I apologize to Ibuki for lying to her. That's right. Before I realized it, it's been 3 years. When I get the script, I'll definitely show it to you, so teach me then. Yeah, sure. Then I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come to your room. Thanks. Come to think of it, is your rehab going well, Madoka? I'm surprised to be asked such a question all of a sudden. Yeah, rehab's steadily producing results. I just might be able to walk again soon. Really? I pile a lie on top of another lie. I've been doing rehab for 3 years, but there's been no effect. Incredible. You're doing your best, huh? I hope you can hurry up and walk again. Ibuki's smile hurts. Yeah, I hope you recover from your poor condition too, soon too. Yeah, of course. I'll do my best too, though I don't like the disgusting medicine and such. And the shots? Yeah, they hurt, so I don't like them. Ibuki sticks out her tongue and laughs. I'll do my best too. I'll heal my legs and aim to be the Hollywood actress. I'll make the hunks around the world fall for me with my acting skills. Just kidding. Jeez, Madoka. The sky gradually changes color and we start to lose light. It's already October, fall. The sun has been setting really early recently. It'll be dark soon. I want to keep talking to Ibuki forever, but today's the day I report to my attending physician the results of my rehab. Then I have to take some simple tests. Alright, it's time for me to go. It's already gotten this dark. Ah, yes, you're right. It's been getting dark early recently. Be careful on your way home, Ibuki. Oh, should I push your wheelchair? It's okay. If I don't do at least this much, my stamina will fail. I see. Then I'll see you tomorrow, Madoka. Yeah, see you tomorrow. This is not going to have happy feelings in it, is it? Fetch, it's just full of people lying to themselves. Ibuki lightly waves her hand and smiles as she leaves. This is the loneliest moment, but there's no helping it. I can see her again tomorrow. I roll my wheelchair toward the examination room. My wheelchair continues through the familiar scenery. There's like no sound. It's really eerie, actually. I can finally it's hitting me that there's no background music at all. The unique scent of the hospital tickles my nose. I hate that smell. Everyone always says it smells bad, but surprisingly enough, I like it. Well, that's good. Probably because I've gotten used to it over these 3 years. This place is fun to me now. It used to be unbearably difficult, but then I met Ibuki. And my doctor and the nurses are nice too, so I was able to find some enjoyment amidst the boredom. But that's something that only applies to me. Everyone wants to avoid this place if they can. That's why Ibuki honestly shouldn't be here. Yeah, that expression. I've seen it a lot. A tall older man suddenly opens a door to one of the rooms. Inside the room on the other side of that door is a very sick sleeping patient. He looks like he's having a hard time. There's a wrinkle in his brow as he leaves the room behind. It's hard. It must be hard. Did a family member die? Or is it some serious disease? He trudges down the long hallway. This is the dark side of the hospital. There are lots of patients here. Amidst them are those who will be cured immediately with medicine, those whom will never recover, and those whom will die. Happy smiles, sad weepings. If you're in the hospital for 3 years, you can see a world. A small white box of a world. Oshinari, who's this? The man walks past me, then stops. He doesn't move an inch from the spot. What is it? Is it so painful he's going to start crying? I go to catch up with him in my wheelchair. At that moment, the man turns around toward me. Our gazes meet. I feel some kind of strange energy. Something is being conveyed from him. It wraps itself around my body in a slightly stifling manner. His eyes don't leave me, like he's glaring. What in the world is this? But it's like there's a hint of sadness in those sharp gaze. His tone is very gentle. Completely different from before. He stares at me with a kind gaze.
いや、感覚がないから。痛くはないですけど。
そうか。
Silence pervades for a while. Just who is this person? What's with him all of a sudden? The man opens his mouth to speak.
何か決断を迫られた時にはな。お前と重なり合う絆の場所を見ろ。
Okay, so he's either crazy or he's involved in something different. Look to the place of bonds with which you coincide. I don't understand at all.
絆の場所？
いや、なんでもねえ。まあ、俺は行くぜ。
The man casually raises his right hand and briskly walks away. What the heck was that? I have no idea what he meant. Look to bonds when faced with a decision? What does that mean? Or rather, just who was that guy? I get the feeling he was no ordinary person. It was a really profound line. Maybe he mistook me for someone else. I'm left only with the strange questions, but I decide to roll my wheelchair away and not worry about it. The doctor's on the first floor. This examination room. Every time I see him, Madoka, how is your rehab going? He says that to me. He has a large round body and he's always smiling and nice, so he's very popular. I secretly call him Dr. Bear. In addition to his large frame, he also has thick body hair like that of a bear. He's the person who looks most forward to my rehab results after me. It's extremely unfortunate, but I can't live up to those expectations. He might get depressed again like this time. I'm sorry, Dr. Bear. I look at the clock and check the time. Our appointment is at 5:30. Even so, I've arrived pretty early. The moment I reach my hand out toward the examination room door, that surprising conversation suddenly slips into my ears. Uh-oh.
お父さんは犯罪者なんですよ。
Uh-oh. Yeah. You're talking about something incredible all of a sudden, nurse. That's my thought. To talk about something like that in such a loud voice. What would you do if someone overhears such a serious thing? Though I did hear. But a criminal? Someone's father? What? Who is she talking about? One of the patients? Or maybe her own father? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe the reason her dad hasn't visited in 3 years. I think I figured it out. So maybe somebody was recklessly driving, like drunk driving, and hit the car with her and her mom. So her mom got killed and she got paralyzed. And maybe her dad, because he always supported them and cared for them, in a rage, went and beat the crap out of the guy, maybe even killed him. And so he was convicted and sent to jail. That's why he hasn't been visiting her in 3 years. But for someone's father to be a criminal, that's a pity.
早く本人に真実を告げるべきです。
Yeah.
ああ、そうなんだけど。
The person the nurse is talking to seems to be Dr. Bear. I'm curious about the rush. This is improper, but it seems interesting. Like there's a storm coming. But eavesdropping really is bad. She'd probably be surprised if she knew I'd heard. After debating it, I put my hands on the wheelchair and leave for a moment. That's when...
このままじゃ、北条さんがかわいそうですよ。
Yeah. Ooh. Hyojo. Miss Hyojo. I hear the same family name as mine. Same last name? That's rare. Hyojo isn't a very common name. Come on, Madoka. Come on.
先生も、わかってるんでしょ？
ああ。
But to hear the same name as myself, I really am curious. I decide to stay here for a little longer.
だったら、北条さんに言うべきことがあるでしょう。
そうだね。
いつまでそうしているつもりですか、先生。先生のそれは逃げです。
Oh no. She's calling him out, but man, he sounds like he's just a really caring, empathetic person and he just doesn't want to have to do this.
でもまどかちゃんは、まだ。
Madoka. I didn't mishear. Madoka. He definitely said it. That's what he always calls me, Madoka. Why? Me? Why my name? My hands on the wheelchair naturally release.
まだ早いんだ。まどかちゃんには。
まだ、じゃありません。北条さんのことは、もともと反対されていることです。
Okay, that's not good.
早く本人に真実を伝え、施設かどこかに預けなきゃいけませんよ。
Oh. Okay. So, if her dad's in jail, he doesn't have an income. So, she's been riding on the system this whole time. She's a child, and there's like understanding that, yeah, okay, she should probably be on the system, but as she gets older and the longer it goes, there's going to be opposition because she's draining resources that could be used in other places. But if she's forced out, she's like going to an orphanage or something, and she has so many needs. Dang. Oh, man.
施設か。
施設以外、どこがあると言うんです？下半身不随なんですよ。何ですか？先生が引き取ります？
I mean, he probably kind of wants to.
少なくとも、このままではいけません。
What? What is she talking about? The truth? Take custody? Opposition? An institution? No one has said anything about that before. Me?
でも、事件のショックで記憶を改ざん。
Uh-oh. So maybe there's a lot more to it than I even understood. Oh no.
本当に脳というものは不思議なものですね、先生。
こういうことはよくあるケースだ。ただ医師が患者へ真実を話す時期の見極めが大切なんだ。僕は、彼女がまだ全てを受け止める精神力を。
彼女、まだ17歳ですもんね。実は父親が自分の足を奪った相手だと知ったら、ショックでしょうね。
Oh my gosh.
父親が犯罪者だったなんて。
Huh? What do you mean? Are you really talking about me? Criminal? My dad is...
ショックなんてものじゃないだろう。しかし、これは脳の防衛反応だ。精神的ショックから自分を守るための。これを第三者が解いてしまってもいいのだろうか。
いずれわかることです。それが早いか遅いかだけ。
Dang, man. What the fetch happened? Oh, I became trapped in an illusion like all the time it stopped. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds almost like fake, but these things are real. People, like... The brain is good at tricking itself because it's a survival tactic. But, God... My head is spinning. Just, what is going on? My dad is a criminal? Altered memories? My dad took my legs from me? My ears are ringing.
待って、わからない。わからないよ。何？一体、何？誰かが叩く。私の何か。痛い。痛い。やめて。
少なくともまだ時期ではない。もう少し待ってもらわないと。
そう言ってもう2年が経ちましたよ。いつまでも父親が自分のことを迎えに来てくれるかもなんて理想の父親像を頭の中で作り上げてしまっていたら、余計かわいそうですよ。
Oh man. Oh gosh, I don't even know where I'd stand on here. I think it's hard, but she should have been told earlier. But holy crap, man, how do you make that choice?
本当の父親は刑務所にいるというのに。
いざとなれば僕が引き取って。
何をバカなことを言っているんですか。
Oh, what a good doctor.
独身の先生に彼女の世話ができるはずがありません。
でも
重度の下半身麻痺はリハビリをしても一生歩けるようにはならないって先生が一番よく知っているじゃないですか。
Right. With a severe enough injury, rehab is only maintaining her muscle mass in her legs, you know, keeping her body functional. And it's still good, but it's not with healing in mind.
先生が仕事の間、彼女はどうするんですか？現実問題として考えてください。
ああ。
先生は優しすぎます。感情だけで動いていたら、いつか悲しい思いをするのは先生ですよ。
次々と私を叩く、壊す。ねえ、待って、ねえ。やめてよ、こんな。足は一生治らない。お父さんは、私の足を奪った。私は、ねえ、お父さんは、とっても優しいんだよ。いつもどこかへ出かけても、ちゃんとお土産も買ってきてくれるんだよ。私の頭を、いつまで経っても撫でてくれるんだよ。お父さんは、いつも私が困ってたら助けてくれて、優しくて、たまにキザなところだってあるけど、大好きで、大好きで、大切なお父さんなんだよ。
Which way is she gonna slide here? Because it looks like she's either going to have a mental break and have to like digest this over probably months, or she's going to revert.
この人たちは何を言っているの？何か夢見てるんでしょ？やめて。どうして？こんな、もう言葉がどこか遠くから聞こえるような気がした。気持ちが悪い。吐き気がする。頭も痛い、痛い。頭の中で声がする。
俺が悪いっていうのか？ああ？
お父さんの。
そんなこと言ってません。でも、私たちの気持ちも。
お皿が割れる音。お母さんが、痛い。痛い。痛い。止まった家族の時間。明るくて、楽しくて、 お父さんとお母さんにただただ甘えて笑ってたあの頃、聞こえなくなったクラシックの音楽。お父さんもお母さんも大好きだったショパン。二人でショパンを聴きながら飲んでたワイン。微笑み合いながら飲んでいた。真っ赤なワイン。消えた白いバラ。痛いよ。やめてよ。壊れた天使の像。壊れた家族の絆。嘘。嘘だよ。お父さんは優しくて、誰もがするような夫婦喧嘩で、それを、痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。痛い。
Oh boy.
頭の中で何かが砕け散った。今までかかっていた曇りガラスが割れてしまったように。
Mental break.
突然、記憶がクリアになる。ああ、そっか。やっとすべてを思い出した。あの時、私を突き飛ばしたのはお父さん。お母さんを殺したのもお父さん。私からすべてを奪った人。家族、絆、愛。笑ってしまうほどの脆い言葉。もう私には、希望はすぐに壊れてしまうもの。
Okay, so I guess we're stopping here. Fetch, man. Holy crap. My heart's just clenched. Oh, man. Alright. Sign me up. Writing's good. Gosh darn it. Can you imagine that? Fetch. Okay. I'm gonna have to digest this one for a while. This is gonna be... I'm not sure if I have lots of thoughts to give here. I just kinda... I wanna go, like, walk... I just wanna go for a walk and just just think for a while. Holy crap. Wow. Could you imagine, like, having your self-delusion to protect yourself and then having it shattered just like that? And, like, realizing, like, the implications of that, what it means. Fetch. God, to lose so much of your own childhood anyway, let alone to such a debilitating injury. Like, oh my gosh. So we're probably gonna get a lot more details next time, but I kind of just need to take a breather. Oh my crap. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the patrons who are supporting the channel. They helped select this series, and wow, this was, God, it's just pain. And then what's Ibuki gonna find when she comes back tomorrow? Like, Madoka's not gonna be in a state of mind to do acting, is she? Oh man. Man, God, this can't, like, the sad thing is that this kind of thing must have happened, you know? Somewhere out there, these circumstances are real. What would you even do? That poor doctor, too. He just wants her to be happy and wants her to heal. God, it's so hard to know what the right thing to do would be in this situation. Man. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for your time. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit and kind of think things through for a little bit, but yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and look forward to continuing this next week. Thank you so much for everything. Looking forward to continuing to make great content for you guys. Hopefully, yeah. If you have any thoughts or anything, let me know. Check out the Discord if you want to be able to communicate or share your thoughts about this or other series that I cover. It'd be good to have you there. But until next video, watching me, I'll see me next. I'll see you there.